और सुबह 4 बजे उठ के सोचने में ये अभी तो बस शुरुआत है। किसी मैगजीन को हाथ में लेने में और उसी मैगजीन के कवर पेज पे होने में इतना सा ही तो फर्क है। वीआईपी सीट में और उसकी पिछली सीट में इतना सा ही तो फर्क है। वो जिसका मैदान ही खुला आसमान है वही कल जमीन पर तो था। पूछोगे तो बताएगा वो पंछी। ये एक दायरे में सिमटने में और पूरी दुनिया को दायरा बनाने में बस इतना सा फर्क है। इतना कितना है? इतना है या इतना है? जो नापेगा वो जाने कि जहां धरती और आसमान मिलते हैं, नानकुर से दूर, अगर मगर शायद से दूर, वहां भी दोनों में फर्क बस इतना सा है। धरती और सातवें आसमान में फर्क बस इतना सा है। ये एक अंतर प्रेरणा है। ये हमारी, आपकी, हम सब की अंतर प्रेरणा है। एक कदम, एक छलांग, एक बाजी, एक गहरी सांस और एक ललकार खुली हवाओं में कि हाँ मैं बना हूं उन फिजाओं के लिए, कि हाँ मैं बना हूं उन ऊंचाइयों के लिए जो ऊंची तो बहुत है पर नामुमकिन भी नहीं, क्योंकि मुमकिन और नामुमकिन में बस इतना सा फर्क है। धूप छांव में फर्क बस इतना सा है। तो बस चलिए फ्रेंचाइज इंडिया के साथ ये फर्क मिटा देते हैं। फ्रेंचाइज इंडिया।
Good afternoon, friends, and a very warm welcome to this special edition, and we call it as Business Opportunity Over Chai. Business Opportunity Chai is a special edition where we invite different brands who would like to explore the different businesses in the different business. And this special edition today we're going to talk about is Roadies. And also to tell you, this edition is hosted by the Franchise India management team, Mr. Gaurav Maurya, the chairperson of Franchise India Group, and Ms. Sonia Chaudhary, MD of Franchise India. The business opportunity is absolutely talking about a name which is very renowned and actually needs no introduction, Roadies. Roadies is a renowned name that everybody knows in the market and of course has a great legacy to talk about. If I talk about Roadies, the longest running youth reality show on Indian television, which is all set now to enter the hospitality industry. Roadies is the name. Roadies Rostel is not just another lodge or hotel to celebrate a memorable day. It offers the experiential housing that will elevate your every holiday and add Roadies touch to it. The best part is that it is equipped with many of fun indoor and outdoor activities that travelers can engage in and have memorable time. Great reasons to partner with Roadies, Roadies Rostel. And for that, now I would like to invite the team of Roadies, and we also have as a panelist Mr. Ashok from Franchise India, who will be picking up and taking your questions. So friends, with that, let me invite Ms. Jyoti. Ms. Jyoti is also the director in Franchise India. And I also see as a panelist, Ms. Sonia Chaudhary, an industry expert of Franchise India, who really tells you about picking up the right business opportunity. So first, let's invite our MD, Ms. Sonia Chaudhary, to set the prospect, please. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Saras. Friends, a very good afternoon to all of you. And I welcome the team of Roadies and the panel members who have joined in today. And friends, the last almost 10 odd days, we have been looking to launch this opportunity. And there's a lot of work that has been gone behind by both the teams between Roadies and Franchise India. To put the entire format and business model for our prospective partners. And I've seen rather a very big interest which has come in the last 10 odd days. And I understand a lot of people are today watching us live, and many of you are also attending the webinar, while I also had a larger audience which had shown interest and registered for the webinar. So there's a live webinar, friends, and you can even see the recording of the webinar even after the webinar, 1 hour, the webinar would go on, which would stay on the YouTube channel of Franchise India. So this opportunity, friends, is from Roadies and MTV, like Saras mentioned, is a very big youth entertainment brand, and we've all grown up watching and listening to the brand. And MTV Roadies, a youth-based reality show which was launched in the early 2000s, and now we're taking the legacy of the brand ahead and the name ahead. And that's where we have a brand called Roadies Rostel, which is being launched. And the company Roadies has also now entered into hospitality business with this brand called Roadies Rostel, a very experiential, I would say, housing, co-living, leisure, holiday place. And this is done in partnership with the Viacom, which is also India's most respected and a very fast growing media network. And the opportunity, friends, is both for greenfield projects and also for brownfield, which means that we would be looking at, I would say, larger participation from investor, franchisees, or partners, as I would call them, who perhaps might, own maybe a property, which can be put to use. Perhaps the expansion is pan-India. We're looking at all locations while we go very specific in terms of what cities that we want to get in. Having said that, the company also has kind of, located certain properties where they're launching and would be launching very soon. So in case you're interested to know more information, friends, we have the webinar and the entire presentation on the model, the opportunity, the format, and we'll also do a discussion on the financials. But we would be happy to take any discussions, offline, which is one-to-one over a meeting or maybe a virtual call. And now I'll request the team of Roadies and Ashok, who's also one of our consultants who's leading the project at Franchise India, to present this opportunity to all our viewers.
Yeah, hi all. Ankit this side from
Hi,
Roadies
Ankit.
Rostel.
Welcome. So, friends, we have Mr. Ankit who heads the entire expansion. And
so
welcome,
ma'am,
Ankit ji.
Yeah. So thank you so much for putting so much effort in Roadies Rostel. So idea is, Roadies Rostel is basically all about living Roadies style, So basically there is lot of hotels which are upcoming, So what we are targeting the leisure places just like Goa, Bangalore, Pune, Rishikesh, Uttarakhand, Manali. Then a lot of places where people go for vacation, Jim Corbett and all locations where we coming up with the brand called Roadies Rostel Leisure. So leisure will be a place, people can go, they can take part of certain activities as well, just like they can be a treasure hunt inside the campus. There would be certain outdoor activities. Roadies is outdoor thing. No, Roadies is never an indoor stuff. So Roadies, people go there, they can have a lovely food, lovely ambience, and lot of things altogether. The main attraction for this is, we are a license holder from Viacom 18 for getting it pan India, where where obviously Viacom 18 also help us in getting certain jump the queue passes. Jump the queue passes help us. So people coming on our property can directly go to the interview round, and after clearing that, they can directly go to the show. So there was a lady who came to our club Roadies, that is another format of a Roadies Experiential, and she able to go to the show for 3 episodes. So that is the idea. So idea is, people say
Ankit, we
give a
are
merchandising.
losing in
So that's the
between.
value add
Perhaps if
shoes,
you can repeat.
t-shirts and all that. Because
I think we lost a bit of
yeah, sure.
what you talked in the last, I would say, 10 seconds.
See, Roadies is basically as a show, where there is more than 50 million followers all across, and a lot of celebrity attached to it. Different things that so there is a talking about the Roadies, which is a premium product where where cottages and all those things would be part of it. People staying in properties can also perform certain tasks, and those tasks are given not there would be something like challenges, so there would be outdoor activities which people can challenge each other,
Good afternoon, everyone. Since Ankit ji is not hearable, we just start with the presentation of our Roadies Rostel.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So what Roadies Rostel is all about to meant to transform the hospitality for all. We are upcoming with the hospitality where the person will be going to a resort and they will be enjoying their holiday over there itself. The whole concept is like people will stay over there, enjoy over there. They don't have to go out to the sightseeing, to any other thing. They just be in the property, have food there, good food, resort style adventure activities will be there for kids, for adults, for women. There will be everything for everyone. Then the idea is the brands. We have 3 brands. First is the Roadies Rostel Leisure. In that we will be having the hotels, which we are targeting. Then we are having a Roadies Coffee House. The Roadies Coffee House is a cafe where people can go and enjoy. And then we are having a Club Roadies for the party purpose.
Can TV?
So
Hello?
the journey
Hello?
so far we have MTV, as everyone knows, has a reputation in the youth entertainment brand. And it has been backed by Viacom 18. After a remarkable journey in the entertainment and space and becoming the lingo for every millennial and Gen, Roadies is all set to enter the hospitality industry with the Roadies Rostel. Then in the Roadies Rostel, we have leisure. That will be a hotel. Then we are having a backpackers and the co-living segment. The key idea for all this self-exploration, we do, everyone have a journey like they want to do some activities. Like from our, since Roadies is coming last 20 years and we have seen everyone sitting and watching the activities, they also feel like we should also do the activities over there. So we are creating that concept that people will self-explore over there. Then there is an empowerment. Everyone want to empower themselves, which they cannot do generally in their usual life and go to different places. So it will be empowerment for everyone and appreciation for their existence. Everyone want an appreciation, like, well, I have done this activity, I have done. So we will be creating an environment where there will be a competition amongst the travelers over there, and whosoever will get an appreciation from the hotel. And in this whole idea for the hotel, there are some challenges which the persons are like facing as of now. Not enough occupancy. Occupancy is low yield and footfall is not there. Competition impacting the growth, as there are many hotels coming up, there are many brands which are there and the competition is stiff. There are like some of the brands which are top brands, but some hotels don't have any brand name with them. So we are giving them an opportunity to come and just have our brand name and compete with the other brands in the market. The fourth one is unable to stand out with your brand. There are some brands which are top end, some are low. So we are providing an ecosystem where we are having an existing customer base and the target segment who will be coming and enjoying in your property. Then the stagnating F&B sales from guest and non-resident guests. F&B is the major area for any hotelier. F&B is the major sector and the revenue giving factor. So we are targeting the F&B of the hotel. Very few walk-in customers. Our main target segment is the walk-in customers because we are creating an adventure activity zone and the F&B. We will be targeting the adventure and the F&B section, which will be attracting a lot of walk-in customers around the area and from the other hotels as well. Because each and every hotel doesn't have any adventure activity or the F&B area. So our whole idea is to create an ecosystem where people will come and enjoy. Then why we make the best partner for you? So dual global distribution. We are having different OTAs and IPO channels, which will be helping in generating the revenue for the property. Minimal cannibalization, greater visibility, as there is already like people associated with Roadies brand. So there is a greater visibility in terms of the product, in terms of everything that we have. We are having many application, online application, Facebook, Instagram, Boot app. There are people who are already gentry, who are already associated with the brand, and they will be coming and joining the hotel. Hospitality solution, complete package that allows smoother business operation, attention and care, accessibility to senior leadership for their experience and support. Then property management solutions we will be providing, and the outdoor activities, because we will be creating an ecosystem where there will be multiple outdoor activities, like a boot camp will be there, a treasure hunt will be there. People who are coming and doing the activities will have the opportunity to directly be visible on the boot app. That is an online app provided by the Viacom.
See,
They can-
idea is, let me add from here. So idea is, a person going for a traveling in any place, right now they have a only option of, capturing themselves in a room where they don't have anything to do. They have to go out for a outing and everything, but they get indoor activities. They get some challenges which are, circuits. It's like a roadie circuits which are planned there from, you know. From 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. there, and they can part of those challenges. So idea is, a person will not go and do the activity just like that. I just go and I should take it's just like a ride. They're just going there and they're doing the activity, but they are challenges. Winners will get Roadies dog tags, Roadies t-shirts, Roadies some merchandising, and obviously there is there would be, we put it on the Facebook, Instagram of Roadies Rostel, that what the winner of this task here at Bangalore or Goa is this person, no, and they have a lot of followership, So even celebrity follows that, then Vijay and those people will be following that, and they can, comment on that. And people these days they want more appreciation, which she was talking about the awards, the best cutest face of this hotel, this best couple, and there would be some couple tasks, some different tasks altogether. And secondly, there would be a merchandising there. So, if suppose you buy a Roadies Rostel where, where you're already spending 10,000 rupees a night, and you get a backpack worth whose MRP is somewhere around 7 to 8,000 rupees. Obviously, you feel like you get some product out of it, where our cost would be as low as 600 to 800 rupees. So we are giving them certain products which they will use. Obviously, nobody will use a Taj backpack, but they will use Roadies backpack. Nobody will wear Taj shoes, but people will love to wear Roadies shoes. So merchandising goes hand to hand with this. So that's the idea. Ledger is one part of our product where from ARR from 6,000 it goes up to 15,000. We are coming with the cottages in Bangalore, which ARR will be keeping 6,000, 12, 15,000 rupees, where private jacuzzi and everything would be the part of it. The 5 acre of a campus, and there would be activity zone, and there will be some F&B zone, for in-house guests, and there would be certain F&B stuff for outside guests. And plus, people coming and staying at those properties. Obviously, we not only curate that property, but obviously there would be everywhere, every leisure place, whether it's a Bangalore, whether it's anywhere in the hills. There would be obviously the hotel would be at a prominent place, but we can do a camping some nearby hill. Whether in the evening there can be a bonfire and all that. So Roadies experience will enhance for that. And the whole ecosystem, obviously Viacom supports us in everything. So we curate these activities, these stuff in Viacom only, and obviously prior to their permission, whatever we do, whatever we can do for making this success, we get backup from them also. So a lot of integration is there. So secondly, this is a leisure thing. Leisure is just like our first Bangalore property. So we have a lake just 100 meters away. So we are planning to put some camps there at night. People staying at our cottages with ARR of 15,000, but at night they can stay at the nearby lake and they can do certain activities. Every activity will curate it according to the certain geographical conditions of that place or a property or a location, whatever it is. So we also doing the same. And secondly, this is a leisure. Then let's talk about the backpackers. Second brand is our backpacker brand. Which in which obviously there would be a bunker beds and something like that where people comes or they just want to live, come at night and stay. And we give them a good services for 12 to 1500 rupees per bed, where they have a clean bed and everything, because these days hostels are not organized. India, everybody is opening a hostel, and a lot of foreign tourists and frequent travelers who are getting part of it, but they are not getting those services out of it because standardization is not there in the market. Everybody is opening a hostel in their own brand name and just running it because it's a cheap product. But no, it's a cheap product, but it has masses attached to it. So the Roadies Rostel backpacker would be option for anybody who want to standardize their existing hostels or who want to part of that. Open a new one. Third is a very interesting stuff. These days you already heard, and I think Gauravji already being somewhere involved in the co-living stuff. No, the co-living is the biggest thing. In today's Indian market, there's a lot of valuation and a lot of things are happening in co-living stuff. So co-living, we are targeting Hyderabad, Bangalore, Pune, where obviously there are a lot of builders who are or a lot of co-living activities are having, where they are selling a room for around 30,000 rupees with twin sharing. Where all the stuff would be done. It's like a PG hostel for IT guys. No, the co-living is our brand where which we can use as a PG hostels also. In 3-4 universities we are already talking to. So the way they're coming the Roadies Hostel. The hostel is organized hostel brand is also not there. Their co-living brands are there, but they are not. They're just they're, limited to Hyderabad, Pune, Bangalore. They're trying to evaluate in or evolve in Delhi NCR, but not able to, just because they have to keep. They are not able to capture the student market, because student housing is a huge. But obviously, we have a whole. So I'll tell about our whole team. So we have our whole team, where we have a Jyoti, who's a finance. I am there. Then Mr. Saket Puri is there. This is the ex-group general manager, Lemon Tree. Then we have a lot of sales team, who do after sales. Then we have travel agencies, top travel agencies, who are very prominent in certain locations. So for example, we have tie-up with Honey Gold travel agency, which is very, influential in Himachal and all those places. So we have motivated them that what we are our exclusive partner. Whatever sales we are getting, we are getting also percentage out of it. Would make sure our rooms get fulfilled. And obviously Roadies also is a team where where obviously there is so much of captive audience, which obviously those people are travelers, and we have to give them a right opportunity with some excitement and entertainment. Idea is Roadies Hotel or Roadies Leisure or Roadies Backpacker or co-living can't be a property which we just change the name and we just put it the boss this that's converted into Roadies, but obviously there would be a selfie point, because these days people do take selfies. There would be certain merchandising, there would be certain activities and all those things that will entertain people who are staying there. See, the best part is excitement. Excitement is something which they doesn't know what they're going to do next. That is most important. People get excited about a new movie, but they don't watch the same movie again because they already know there is no excitement in that movie watching that movie twice. So excitement is that obviously nothing would be fixed. Certain activities would be fixed and certain would pop in. From just like a challenge would be popping. People saying that they can be part of it or they cannot be part of it. They can choose. That's their choice. And thirdly, they would be obviously in Roadies. There would be uh, uh, a place where we can all introduce each other. No, just like we are all coming from different cities. You're coming from Bangalore. I'm coming from Dehradun. Somebody's coming from XYZ. When they go to that property, they have the option that there is a common table. They can sit on that. They can introduce themselves. They can become buddies. They can become a business partners, and they can enjoy the next activities all together as a group. A couple can make other couple as a friend and all that. So those things would be part of it, which right now nobody doing in the market in an organized way. There would be people might be doing it, and planning it accordingly, but they are not doing it in an organized way. And with the Roadies, people feel it. This is a cool thing, to do this. So that is all, I think. Any questions so I can answer that?
Kichi, we have a small, financial model also which has been created. Maybe we can run that through, and we can take the questions from our participants post that.
Sure. So Jyoti, can you do it for me, please?
I'm just sharing the financial model that we are having. I think Ashokji is presenting the financial model.
Yes, Ashokji, yes, please. Thank you.
And friends, my request to all of
Thank
you
you.
would be, I see hands also being raised. There's some questions which I see already in the Q&A box. We are more than happy to take the questions as we conclude, and keep writing in. If you have an access to a property that you own, please also mention the details. We'll discuss with you offline. Over to you.
Thank you, everyone. So before even starting with the financial dynamics, I would say, like, if you look at the industry dynamics, India need a basically big, basically quality hospitality infrastructure. If you look at the India, we are the second largest country in terms of population, or you can say market size. But once we look at our tourism and hospitality industry, we are at the position of 154. So our rank is 154 in the world. So that's very poor. So that basically shows, of course, there's a huge demand for quality infrastructure for hospitality industry. And that is the only way basically India can achieve a higher rating and ranking in tourism and hospitality. Okay, now I'm coming to the basically a financial model, Roadies Rostel. So they are basically having a management contract format. So there are two kind of formats. Basically, one is your existing property. If somebody's already have the setup, so they can do the rebranding. And then basically second option is basically to start the new project, or it's a greenfield project. For existing property, we are looking for a property which has at least minimum number of rooms, around 30. So rebranding and refurbishment of the properties is going to be around 50 lakh, and franchisee fees 50 lakh. So that's a total capex is around 1 crore. And top of this, basically we require security deposit of 36 lakh and working capital of 75 lakh. So total investment budget is basically 2 crore 11 lakhs, and the agreement period for the engagement is 7 years. Now we are coming to the number of days. So we are taking number of rooms and the occupancy level. So it's a working 365 days working. We are considering 30 rooms, and occupancy we are taking at 60% for the year 1, and it is projected to be like 75% in the 4th year onward. Right. So my number of rooms occupied starting with 18, 20, 21 and 23. So we are keeping a cap at 75%. We are not saying like our occupancy is going to achieve 100%. So we are keep at 75%. Average room rate is 5,000. It's a very nominal room rate that we are applying. So my sales from basically room sales is around 3 crore 28 lakh in year 1, and it goes up to 4 crores 10 lakhs in 4th year onward. And the basically per room there's going to be a food and beverages cost. So on an average price of 800 rupees, we are taking food and beverages sales. That's again around 52 to 53 lakhs, and other sales around 33 lakhs. So my total revenue is around 4.113 crores in the year 1, and it is going to be above 5 crores in the 4th year onward. So that's my revenue. Now we are coming to the OPEX, operating expenses. So food and beverages cost is at 30%. Kitchen expenses at 5%, admin expense 5%, housekeeping 4%, maintenance including water, electricity is around 8%. Then basically other agencies and agent commission considered to be 15%. Staff expense and uniform accommodation 9%. Then roadies goodies around 3%. And expected lease rent, we are considering 6 lakh rupees per month. And then royalty to the brand is around 9%. So my total expense is around 3 crores 31 lakh in the year 1, and 4th year onward it goes up basically over 4 crores. So my EBITDA for the first year is around 82 lakhs, and which basically goes over 1 CR in the year 3 onward. So if we take the project, basically the capital investment with capex of the project and calculate ROI based on the capex, so basically payback period is only 50 months, and my cumulative ROI is almost 700% in 7 years, right? Second, even if we consider basically the return on investment based on your capital investment plus working capital, overall project cost, so even it gives me like total payback period of 27 months, and my cumulative ROI is almost 400%, and IRR is just up to 43%. So that brings a very attractive investment opportunity. So this is for the existing property. Now I will take a look at the greenfield project if somebody construct the entire project. So area requirement for greenfield project is around 4 acres. In minimum number of rooms, we are taking 25 rooms set up. Architecture and civil work around 2.5 crores. Pool and greenery around 10 lakh rupees investment. Kitchen setup 40 lakhs. Furniture and fixture around 25 lakhs. Franchisee fees is standard 50 lakh. So total project cost is basically 3 crores and 75 lakh. Then property deposit of 75 lakh and another 50 lakh for working capital. So my total investment budget is 5 crores. Agreement period for the new projects is going to be 15 years. Now we are coming to the revenue projections. So for a new projects, we are considering occupancy at 50%. So we are not starting with 60% or higher. We are saying like 50% efficiency, and we will achieve basically 75% efficiency in 6 years. So my initial occupancy will start from 13 rooms and it goes up to 19 rooms, and we are keeping cap at 75% here. So the basically revenue from the room sales is around 2 crores 84 lakhs, and it basically reaches 4 crores in the next 5-6 years. Average beverages per room is around 1,500 rupees. So my sales from the food and beverages around 71 lakh, and from other items is around 31 lakh. So my revenue for the first year is around 3.87 crores, and it goes up basically above 6 crores 7th year onward. My operating expenses, food and beverages, we are keeping the standard same as we have used in the brownfield project. So my food and beverages cost around 30%, kitchen expense 5%, admin expenses 5%, housekeeping 4%. Maintenance, water, including water, electricity, and utility bills around 8%. Agent commission we are going to consider 15%. Staff expenses, accommodation, and uniform, that's at 9%. Roadies goodies around 3%, and expected rental we are considering 10 lakh rupees per month. Sorry, for the year. Then miscellaneous expenses we are considering at 1%, and royalty to the brand is 9% in terms of management fees. So my total expenses 2 crores 59 lakhs. So EBITDA for the first year is 1 crore 27 lakh, and it goes up to near 2 crores in the 5th or 6th year. So if you look at the basic again return on investment or payback period based on the project cost, capital investment, that's 3.75 crores. My return on investment payback period is 29%. Sorry, 29 months. And if you look at the cumulative ROI for the 15 years, so basically investor makes more than 7x of its investment. My IRR is 40%. Now, if you look at the based on the total project cost, including security deposit and working capital, 56 months is my payback period, and franchisee makes almost 6x of his investment in 15 years. And my IRR is again 31%, which is again for the large infrastructure projects, anything above 18% is considered to be very attractive and profitable. With this, I end the presentation. Now, questions, please.
Great. Thank you. So just give me a moment.
So friends, thank you for watching. And Ashokji, you made it very clear. We are offering both the models, the greenfield and the winefield. So friends, greenfield is a model, as I could see that in the question box. It's a new place we can develop for you. And the brownfield field that you already have a space, you already have a property, the hotel room is built. This is where the management can be taken over. Ma'am, over to you, please.
Thank you, Saras, and thank you for this presentation. I again thank the team of Roadies and also the financial friends while these are presented. And I'm sure you have many questions with respect to how this would function. So I look forward to taking your questions live now. You can mention your city. And while we were taking you through the entire presentation, I also saw many of you putting your comments in terms of properties that you own. So we'll take and these questions and understand if there's a possibility of discussing and making use of the properties that you currently own. And just to friends set a perspective, if we look at the short, stay accommodation market globally, this is a very big, addressable market and an opportunity, which is becoming bigger year on year, and globally this is somewhere around $1,300 billion industry, and India alone would be more than $26 billion opportunity in the next, I would say, 6 to 8 odd years. And if you look at the current, generation of travelers who are millennials, they are today prioritizing, experiences. And when I say experiences, I would say authentic experiences, which are very immersive, so to say, in nature. Then the standardized offering structure, which is offered by the hotels. So what typically, Uber had done for transportation, short-term rental platform players have done that to the travel industry. So in this particular structure, the company is also kind of democratized, ownership of the asset. And also from the investor point of view or the franchisee point of view, this also presents a very exciting opportunity in a new, asset class. And hospitality traditionally, has been one such asset class, which was kind of, limited to only certain strata of investors. But the format which has been created and rather curated, the business model which has been created, makes it easy for, everyone, more inclusive, I would say, for investors, people to come and participate as owners. And when you look at the offering also from, I would say, the end consumer point of view, this is comparatively more, value as compared to the hotels. And today, the end consumers who are travelers, they are actually gaining huge, popularity with this new model. The scale of the marketplace today has also expanded, and the choice of travelers also have, so to say, while there's a big variety of offering which caters to every segment of tourist or a business traveler, which is what we try to present. Now, broadly, there are two models we're talking about, and this is a management contract where the company, the brand would take care of the entire management of that asset or the property, so to say. The entire investment would be put in by the property owner, investor, partner, franchisee, as we may call it. So there's a green field, which is, minimum area requirement of, 4 odd acres, which could have at least minimum of 25 room housed. And the second is a brownfield, as I would call, which means that if you already have existing infrastructure which can be converted to a hotel property, we would look at that opportunity also coming in. So I have some questions, which we'll take, and I don't know, Jyoti, if you would want to take these questions for our viewers.
Yeah,
And,
sure.
Yeah.
You
So
can
first
ask
and
your
foremost,
question and answer.
overall, when we look at this opportunity and considering, there's also competition around, my first question would be, how do you see the competition landscape overall? And what do you think are the 2 or 5, 3, top things that kind of, differentiate us vis-a-vis the competition which is present?
If we talk about the competition, so if we can see, we are different from everyone as of now in the brand segment, because whatever top end brand like Taj, what they are offering, Vivanta, Marriott, they are just offering a living space where you can go sleep and have your food. They are not offering any of the adventure activity zone where people can enjoy and interact with each other. What we are offering is an ecosystem where different persons are coming and they can compete with each other, and also they can enjoy over there, enjoy in the property. Usually we see whenever a person goes to a place, they just took a cab and go out to see around things. But we are providing an ecosystem where they can stay in the property itself. They don't have to hurry that they have to like wake up in the morning and go out and go for a sightseeing here and there. They can relax, enjoy, and self-empower themselves in the property itself. That is our whole idea.
Definitely, that's helpful. And now on the 2 models that we presented, one of the questions which I have, and I see a reference of that also coming from a lot of our investors who are participating in the webinar. So we have talked about greenfield and the brownfield, and I see the requirement in terms of the rooms is different in these 2 models. And also our agreement terms, is there a reason to that? Is something which, we would like to understand, because my greenfield gives a, agreement term of 15 odd years, while the other contract, which I would say is a brownfield, maybe a structure which is already created, gives us about 7 years. I think that's what I noted.
Yeah.
And I see the requirement is 30 rooms for the brownfield and about 30 rooms for a greenfield.
Yes. So in the brownfield, there are 2 options, that you can have an existing property, then you don't have to bear the security deposit. And if you are planning to come and invest in a new business avenue, like in a hotel industry, then you have to take a property on lease. For this, we have mentioned that you have to invest around 36 to 50 lakhs as a security deposit on the initial stages, and other expenses, which will be like renovation, then the franchisee fee, then adventure activity zone that you have to create. So that is the total whole concept. So we are taking minimum like 25 to 30 keys. Because for any property to get a return, they need to have a minimum of this much of keys. Then only you will be getting a profit out of that property. If you are having below that, it will be like it will be difficult. Absolutely. To get a perfect ROI for anyone from any business they can get. And for the greenfield projects, like we are offering, that you can have a cottage. So within a 6 months of span, your property is ready and it will be on the operational stage, because cottages are ready. And if they are not ready, if you are coming, we are coming up with this concept, then it will be take around 2 months for cottages to be constructed. So that is the whole idea that we are having. Or if anyone want to go for a civil structure, then I must tell you that civil structure will take around 2 years to complete, and then the property will be operational. So the better concept, if anyone wants keys within 6 months or 1 year, they will be start getting a good return and handsome return from a new business opportunity. Then this is a great concept. You can hire land, lease a land. It will be around 6 to 10 lakhs. You will get a per year lease of the property. And always we have mentioned 15 years because of property. If you are taking a land on lease, you will be taking for a longer duration. You won't be taking a land for a shorter duration for 5 to 7 years. Always the lease will be around 15 to 20 years. So we have taken a duration of that or existing property. It can be up to 5, 7, and 10 years.
Okay. Right. So, friends, just to maybe reiterate and add, so largely I would say we would solicit interest from partners who perhaps own a property, and this property ideally is a structure which is created and which requires some kind of work which can help us in branding and maybe putting the basic amenities in place, which would be comparatively a quicker turnaround time, and then putting obviously a green field project to life. And Jyoti, now in terms of our 7-year period term that we have for this structure, are there any further renewal terms? What happens after these 7 years come to an end? Do we renew on the same terms and conditions?
Yes, Soumya, it can be renewed for a future agri term. Then they don't have to bear the franchisee fee. That will be only royalty cum management fees that they have to give, and it will be renewed. There will be no additional franchisee fee for the additional duration.
All right, that's helpful. And now on the management contract, because I see some people asking, franchisee owned, company operated. So friend, this is an investment done by you. Aapki property hogi. All the guidelines, for branding, construction is something which the company would hand over to you, and you would execute at your level. The company would also help you in terms of the vendors and architect who would help you in designing the entire, I would say, the place. But the management is something which is taken care by the company, and against the management which the company would do, there is a fee which the company would charge, right? So, Jyoti, now, and friends, this is also to clarify, this is a franchisee-owned company operated, which means जो भी पूरा asset है, that would sit in your books, उसका depreciation भी आपकी books में ही आएगा.
No. It will be on the owner books.
So, owner is the franchise partner, correct?
Yes, we will be the franchise partner only. The books will be there. We will be just managing the property. Our SOPs will be
there. So asset franchisee ki books mein rahega, right? So
yes.
Asset franchisee ka hai. That's what I'm saying. So friends, asset aapka hoga, depreciation bhi aapki books mein hogi. And the Roadies team will come purely as a management team, and they would take a fee against the entire management they would do, which will be a percentage of 9, that they would charge on the overall sales, net sales. Now, I want to also understand, what kind of participation you require, from a franchisee, apart from, the property and getting it, up to a level which is ready to be used. Where is the participation that you also see coming from a franchise partner? Is there any, if in day-to-day operations? One, and second, because the entire operations are managed by you, how would the franchise partner also get a visibility on the day-to-day business operations and the revenue?
See, Soumya, all the employees will be on their payroll itself. We will be setting the SOPs from our side, that how the property will be managed and run. We will be visiting the property on the regular basis and setting our SOPs over and guidelines over there, so that it will be like on the leisure side. So that is the help we require. We will be like keeping a check on the property on the regular basis, that it is up to the mark and it is running well. If there is any issues in the same, we can discuss with the management. As you know, it's a two-way around. Like property owner has to be dependent on us and us also on them, because it will be like fulfillment will be on our part. We will be handling whole of the fulfillment of the property, which will be taking on the franchising.
So which means the training of the staff and even the recruitment of the team which is required at the place is something which you as a company would take care of, right?
Yes, we will be taking care. And if they want the whole operation, employees recruitment, we will be giving the training. If they want that we will be handling like recruiting and other things also, then we will be charging a higher fee, and it will depend upon the property to property.
Great. I'll quickly take some questions, which I see are open in the Q&A box. And friends, because we don't have too much of time to cover, every bit of the project. So my request would be, I'll request my colleague Saras to perhaps give email ID and hotline number, where you can WhatsApp and email us the details that you seek and need. And we're more than even happy to share the entire presentation financials that you have seen on your email IDs. And subsequent to that, we would get your calls, meetings organized. Now, quickly taking some questions, I have a question from somebody, I don't know what name, but he's saying, where are the current existing projects which are running or operating as of now?
Sir, our 2 projects are launching in April. One is in Dharamshala. It is a 20-room property, and one is coming in Bangalore. It is a greenfield project. So we are coming up with both the project, like brownfield project and the greenfield project in April onwards.
Helpful. Now, Rupeshi, your question is anyone who's having a property can start, or it's for existing resorts? Rupeshi, anybody who has a property which can be converted, we are more than happy to maybe entertain. Somebody who does not have a property, goes on lease, is something we can still discuss, but preferably, this is more viable for people who own the property, perhaps. And then I have a question from one of our friends, Mr. Srinivasan Ramesh. He says he is running a 5-bedroom villa in Ooty, while a requirement is bigger. So if we look at locations like Ooty and a small villa, is that something, Jyoti, that you would want to consider?
No, we need at least minimum 20 rooms property to get operational. 5 rooms is very small and we cannot get an ROI on that.
Absolutely. Ramesh, what
Yeah.
happens with smaller properties, your yield comparatively comes down, your throughput and the cost of management becomes very high. So 5-room structure would not be financially, viable to be run and operated. I have a question from Mr. Iyengar. He says, what about tier 2 locations? Are we looking at considering these projects? I live in Mysore and I have some properties which can be considered.
We can done a feasibility report on your land. You can just share with the franchisee team and we will get back to you for the same.
Okay, and I also have another participant, this is Rupeshi, a partner. He says there's a property of 2 acres which is available at in Karnataka in Hampi. I think that should not be an issue at all, Rupeshi. If we can have the details shared with us, like Jyoti mentioned, there's a team who would do the entire recce of the property and come back on the viability of putting a Roadies Rostel in that location. All right. What is the guarantee of the, there's a question, Jyoti, because you've given some projections, based on the 2 models. And the question comes from one of our investors, Mr. Ram. He says, what is the guarantee of the projected occupancy? And maybe in other words, if I have to put that, typically when we look at this occupancy, and friends, one thing which I want to add, we have not taken 100% occupancy and we have maintained an average of 70 to 75% occupancy at any given point in time, starting with about 60-65, which is also an average occupancy, which typically, the average hotels or maybe, co-living spaces or hostels comparatively maintain. While it can be higher when we look at, I would say, peak seasons, but the average we have taken is about 75%. And also the average room rent is very, very competitive, which is almost about, 5,000 rupees per day, which has been taken. So over to you, Jyoti, if you want to add on to that.
Yeah, I want to add on that 5,000, we have taken a very minimum AR for a property, because our Bangalore property will be coming up with a AR of 15,000 and our Dharamshala property will be a projected AR of room rent of 6,500. So we have taken the figures on a very lower side so that it won't be we are creating a hype of the same, that we will be projecting, we will be giving you a high on EBITDA. So we have already taken a very conservative figure in terms of the projection which we are presenting. And as you can see, Roadies is a brand. Youth already knows. There are a following of 5 to 6 years already in the belt. And if something will come up, youth will be mad, bang on the property to visit the same. And if you will provide adventure to anyone, everyone is after the adventure. They want to do something different in their life. So 50%, 60% occupancy is nothing for the property. It can go up to 100% for first year itself.
Absolutely. And Srinivasanji, just to add on, you said you have a property and this would be a greenfield project. You want to discuss further on that? We have shared our details. Maybe I will also, give an email ID. You can even write to me, and we'll set up a call with the team and get going on this. Now, I also see a question from Mr. Sunny Taras asking, what about the legal permissions which are required for construction and any licenses which are required? You want to give maybe an understanding on that?
That the property owner has to look out, because they have to hire a licensing officer for the same. But the 2-3 requirements are there: firefighting license, then the tourism license and the F&B license. These are 3 licenses which are mandatory. Apart from this, as per area, you have to talk to a licensing officer of that area and and do the same. We won't be helping the licensing sector with you.
Right, but you would get all the list of licenses which are required to be procured and which has to be procured from the local authorities. And these are standard licenses which any hospitality company is required to procure before starting. And I have a question, Mr. Nawaz, who's a partner with us. And Nawaz, just to maybe, maybe answer. This is exclusive partnership, yes. And this would be a standalone I would say hotel for roadies or hostel, living space for roadies. And if you're working with any other travel company, that would not work. It has to be exclusive in nature, and the entire property would be managed by the company. And Mr. Anger, thank you. I think you've shared your details and you said that you have 4 acres of properties and there are some properties that you want to discuss. Again, we'll get you on a call. I'm sending you an email ID where you can send all the information, a presentation, whatever you have, and we'll set up a time with the team to get you on a call. Okay, and now I have Mr. Lakhvinder Singh from Himachal Pradesh. Lakhvinder Singh, I'll like to maybe mention that, we would be more than happy to do a virtual meeting, first of all, and followed by any kind of Reiki visits meeting that needs to be done to finalize the property. So we acknowledge your details and information that you have shared with us. Okay, now I have a question from Mr. Jap. He says, would the franchise fee same for any number of rooms? Because you've talked about 25, 30. If the number of room decreases, increases, would the franchise fee vary?
It will be similar for a number of rooms. It won't vary as per the room. It will be like we have asked for a franchise fee for a 7-year duration.
Great. I have Mr. Rajesh Naikji. He again owns about 2 acres of land in Karnataka near beach and mentions that is almost about 115 meters away from 100. I don't know, Rajesh, you need to maybe extend. And so, which is closer to the high tide line, he's saying. And his question is, can we construct that? So Rajesh, my answer would be, if you can share the details, we can check with the team of Roadies and complete specifications of the property and the nearest, rather nearness to the, the tide that you mentioned, so that we can see if this is viable to be done. And before we close, Jyoti, I see a lot of questions still coming in. Since we have come close to our time, my request, friends, to all of you would be, if there's any question that you want maybe to have in-depth understanding or discussion, financials, management, location, property requirements, there's extensive work that the team of Roadies have done on that. And I'll request all of you to come maybe an offline discussion, which can happen either on a Zoom that our teams at Franchise India would facilitate for you. And if you're local, the teams are based out of Delhi NCR. Anybody out of Delhi NCR who even wants to visit, meet, can also do that. And before we close, Jyoti, if there's any message, Ankit, I see you back. If there's any message that you want to give to all audience who is present here and also listening us live on YouTube, over to you, Ankit.
Yeah, thank you, Sonia. I would like to finish just. Roadies is a name where major population of India have personal touch and emotional attachment. So the occupancy rate will be on a higher side and investment will be on the upper side if you will join with us.
So what I will want to say, there is 2 ways of marketing. One way of marketing is, you build a product and spend money continuously for several years to make it a brand and to market it. Second is, you take a brand like Roadies, which already youth captive audience is already there for, all the travel and adventure activities. Those people are already those people who follow that, and we already have a largest follower of youth, and young youth means in India now is around 40 to 50 years now, because now youth definition has already changed from 25 to 30 years. Now these people, they feel themselves as a youth and they have a spending power. The most important is the spending power. A college student can't be our TG because they can't spend that much amount, but our TG would be IT guys or corporate guys who willing to do that, and they would be corporate activities also. Even a corporate want to book a Roadies hotel or for a seminar or whatever activities it is, because that make them feel more engaged and all that. So that's the idea. So we have the best marketing young brand which will help us you to grow your business. And day one, you have a lot of followership on Facebook, Instagram. Obviously, we put your property of 20 to 40 rooms, whatever rooms it is, on the Instagram and Facebook, where there is a 50 million followers, and those people obviously they tend to go there in Roadies, and they will try once, 100% they will try once that property. And obviously we have to keep the food and ambience and all those so good, so they come repeatedly after that, and they get some merchandising and goodies while staying there. So that's the idea.
Great, Kachi, this was very, very helpful. And friends, I thank you all for being with us. And just to maybe add, the company, the brand Roadies enjoys a very, very strong, brand equity in the market. The promoters, the people have a great credibility in the industry. And like Ankitji mentioned today, when you look at, and also from the investor perspective, when you look at investing in any opportunity, I would say, the credibility of the people behind the founders, the name of the company is something which is on top of, mind before you take a plunge. And equally, I would say the potential, the opportunity is very, very huge. While there might be small players today, but these are all marginal players which are not able to address a big problem, which I would say is the occupancy rate. It could be yield from the property. And today, properties like these, which are personalized, can have a yield which can even go as high as 8,000, 10,000, 15,000, depending on where you are and what location you are. And which sometimes even surpasses, some of the five-star hotels one might be in, because they're providing experiences. They're even personalizing, the stays of their customers or consumers, or the repeat customers who come in. So we wish the entire team, a very best of luck for this.
I just want to add one more thing, So when you go for a brand, for example, you go for a brand called Audition or whatever it is, so you have to spend, if you're building a greenfield project, you have to spend around 60 to 70 lakhs rupees per key to take that brand on the board. But no, for Roadies, your investment will be 20 to 25 lakh rupees per key. So that is a major advantage. One of our dear friend who's making Roadies in Kasoli for a 4 acre of property where he's building 40 cottages. He already have a owner of a Radisson Kasoli. He's doing Ramada as Kufri, but no, he want to do Roadies just because he knows that, Era Road is somewhere, almost, equal, where, he's building a Radisson and all that. But, obviously the cost of construction of that room or standardization, obviously everything is, obviously we will build with a good quality only, but, but for those things, he has to spend less and he will get more revenues out of it.
Exactly. A couple of questions, I happened to, while you were speaking, I also saw some other, investors, brother friends who put up some questions, and I'll take that up. And one question is that if we have maybe a partner in a city, depending on the potential of the city, do you think there would be an opportunity for somebody else also to come and partner? For example, Bangalore or Hyderabad, or we're looking at only one partner per city?
No. It's not like that. It's not like that. Obviously, we want multiple partners to work with us. Unless one partner has blocked that city from us, take a master license or something like that, where where he's committed us with certain number of keys or hotel rooms, whatever it is. So obviously we're open to that. Obviously, Bangalore, Hyderabad, Pune, they have a huge potential in all the formats, from co-living to leisure to backpackers everywhere. So that is the idea.
Absolutely. And I have a question, Rajeshi. Your question is that you have a, agriculture land. So you obviously need to do a CLU, which is change of land use at your end. And before you want to even consider that, we'll be happy to get information on the location, the property that you own, to be able to advise if it would be, worthwhile for you to go and take that step. And we have Mr. Anand Singh from Pushkar, Rajasthan. So you already have a property and you need more details, investment. So we're more than happy to share that with you. All right.
Pushkar is a top on a priority list. Pushkar is a very beautiful place. Pushkar is on top on priority list. And Pushkar, obviously, you can build cottages, tree houses, and all that. There is a farm tourism in place in Pushkar where you don't have to convert into commercial, even if you're putting the wooden cottages and all that.
Absolutely. And I'll take maybe a question, Nikhil ji. We've already taken that before. So you talked about what are the activities one can have in the property, which is personalized. And the other question is, I think what you're asking is typical package for a 2-person, including their meal, activities. What would be a typical, average cost for that? If you want to answer that.
Yeah, sure. So activities, is according to the area, open area we have, which we want to dedicate to the activity. It depends on that. It can be, something made of something like an army track or something like that, because roadies is all about that, no? Plus, have you seen the Takeshi Castle? Some people, there are certain activities which are, we have curated from Takeshi's Castle. Some activities where, there is a challenges, and obviously we want our women and ladies to be, equally part of that. So we will try to have something like that, sumo wrestling, something like that, where there will be some couple task and something like that, because we don't want boys to enjoy that. We want, everybody should enjoy it as a family. They can enjoy it as a individual. They can enjoy it. They can be a task between a woman and a man. Then we are planning certain things. I just want to add. So we were also producer for a show called MTV Date to Remember long back, where we have done the auditions with Prince Narula and Mandira Bedi. We are planning with Viacom, with obviously their prior approval, that what we are planning for, we're planning for girls gang, Roadies Rostel, boys gang, and some like that awards, where people are staying our property, we can curate them and we can make them famous. The girls gang, Roadies Rostel, 4 of them, one is a very good singer, second can good dancer, and this and that, and we promote it pan India, and we do get them to get opportunity or certain platform, and we make them famous, and we do a tie-up with us for our Roadies Rostel promotion. They go to different places. They have certain challenges. If they go to, suppose, a Goa property, people staying there, they can challenge with them with a dance competition or something like that, which come on Facebook, Instagram automatically. There's a lot of integration where we want people to, feel something special going on our properties. Obviously, we are starting from 1, 2, 3, but our target is, to open 10 of them at least by end of this year.
Absolutely. Okay, very, very enriching session, friends. In fact, we've gone past the time that we wanted to.
Thanks.
And so wonderful opportunity, like I mentioned, a brand with very strong equity. And we look at like-minded people who have locations, properties available, and open for both a greenfield as well as a brown field. And more information on the viability of the property can come in once we have the details from you. And we'll connect you with Ankit ji and his entire team to take the discussion further. Thank you so much once again, friends. Thank you, Ankit ji.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
And
Take care.
before I close, I'll request Saras to kindly take over. Saras, over to you.
Very much a wonderful presentation, and that's a conviction we're doing. So friends, please write back to us if you are interested to talk more about the business opportunity. I've been posting my numbers, the email address, and Ms. Sonia Chaudhary has also posted her numbers. We'll be more than happy to interact one-on-one. Just to repeat the numbers, it's 97176 83838. Our hotline numbers are 97176 83838. We can be reached directly over email address, which is feedback@franchiseindia.in. feedback@franchiseindia.in. With that, I would like to thank all of you for participating in this special webinar. Have a great day, and Naya Saal, Naya Business is what the theme. Let's hit it. Thank you all. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Cheers. Bye-bye.